Hey guys, welcome to this episode of JakeMakes. So, I drank a rather large cup of coffee before going to bed last night, which was not a very good thing. So I was awake until ungodly hours. During that time, I did a lot of thinking, a lot of life contemplation, and I came to the sudden realization about 2 in the morning that the zombies are coming, and I'm not prepared yet, and that's not a good thing. Everyone needs to be prepared for the zombies. It's inevitable, really. And some of you I know are scratching your heads thinking, Jake, inevitable? Really? Like, I mean, likely, perhaps, but inevitable, I'm not so sure. And listen, I understand your reservations, you filthy skeptic, but it's really simple math and science, okay? It's a little bit hard to explain and understand, but I'll do my best really quickly, alright? So think of it as all of time being this big graph, okay? We start at the beginning of time way down here, and we end at the end of time way up here. Now I could go on and just like dive right in, but it might be a little bit complicated, so I'll give you a small example first. Think of it like the chances of the atomic bomb being developed, alright? So at the beginning of time, there was a 0% chance of the atomic bomb happening because it like wasn't invented yet and people didn't have the technology. Humans just hadn't learned enough about our world yet to make that happen. But as time went on until, we'll say up here is like 1940 something when it was developed, the likelihood of humans attaining that power steadily increased up and up until it was inevitable, right? You went from 0% chance to 100% chance of Big Bluey. Now it's literally the exact same thing with zombies, alright? From the beginning of time, we've got a 0% chance of zombies happening because it's the beginning of time, right? Well, by the end of time, guess what? There's a 100% chance of zombies happening because, like we just explained in scientific detail, as time goes on, the likelihood just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And like, cause we live in the future now, we've gotta be up here somewhere. I mean, we have talking phones. There's no way we're not getting really, really close to zombies up here. I mean, the actual math, if I were to sit down and do it for you, it'd blow your mind. It'd be super complicated. But just suffice it to say, zombies are truly inevitable, and we really need to be prepared. So, we're going to be building an apocalypse suit of armor from head down to toes, suit of armor. Helmet, face helmet, pauldrons, shoulder arm armor, gauntlets, gloves, breastplate, thigh, everything, head to toe. We're gonna build this suit of armor using scrap metal, stuff I have laying around, stuff we can find at the junkyard, stuff that we can get in stores or garage sales. Basically, like if you were in the apocalypse, the goal for this suit of armor is to build it with stuff you would have. This is gonna be a multiple part series. In today's episode, we're going to be going and getting all the materials we need, and then we're going to work on the lower legs, boots, and shin armor. To help us in our armor making endeavors, I've gone ahead and enlisted the expertise of my good friend.
What's going on, guys?
His name is Joshy.
Really?
You can call him Joshua if you really feel like it. And of course, by professional expertise, I don't really mean like professional expertise. I just mean like someone who obsesses over armor and watches a lot of YouTube. The first thing our boys did was drive off into the sunset and find a military surplus store. Oh my word. The ugliest helmet in the history of man. Here we go. Get a load of these sick dents. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
No insert, so we'll
cool.
have to figure that out. Dang it, they actually have a gas mask. Oh, I totally want it. How much is it? 40. Shoot. I don't have a good excuse. Do you have a good excuse?
Gotta come up with one.
Dang
I want it
gummit.
though.
I know, me too. Helmet and boots. We'll have to paint them black or something, but they already look pretty cool. Alright, hey. Well, that was great. So we got some straps, the helmet, and a couple of knee pads. Now we're gonna go to Dirt Cheap and Harbor Freight, see if we can pick up some more goodness. Dirt Cheap. This place is glorious. We hit the jackpot. Look at this armor and stuff in here. This is like hockey padding, I think. Sweet. Don't hit me. Don't punch me with that. How can these be so expensive? That can't be right.
90 bucks?
There's no way that's right. Couldn't really find anything. All that hockey gear turned out to be like super expensive. It was ridiculous. So we didn't buy any of that. We came home with a lamp my mom wanted me to buy, but that's about it. So now we're at Harbor Freight. Here I'm hoping to get some knee pads, and we also need a harness for the helmet, since the helmet we got only has it's just the metal. It doesn't have the actual harness for your head on it because it's old and stuff. That's about it, right? Yeah. Is there anything else we're gonna get here?
Gloves.
Gloves. We do need gloves still. So shoulders, knees, and then we have elbows already, which we got from the other place. Those are expensive. And
They're tough though.
they are tough, but they're kind of expensive. Knee pads and gloves. So we should also see if we can get some straps.
Yeah.
And then see if we can get some like Velcro or buckles, that kind of thing. We're at just over $100 or just under $100. I don't know exactly which. My budget for this project is about $200. So far, we're doing perfect. We still need a harness for the helmet. And we need, we need some shin guards if we can find them. Hope my tea's not too hot.
I thought about bringing my drink in, but
didn't really want to be walking around with a drink. That's kind of weird. Academy Sports, here we come.
And then of course we still have the sides. So,
yeah, it's just not, it's too short.
Yeah.
Darn thing's too short. Apparently shin guards aren't all they used to be.
What about that one?
They're $17.
These are the toughest ones here.
No, they're $17. I'm not buying those.
They're still the toughest ones here.
They're $17.
Still tough.
They're $17.
Still tough.
They're $17. Academy, you failed us. Aren't you glad we didn't buy knee pads here? Look.
Oh good gosh.
See how expensive those are? Although those are sweet knee pads.
Yes.
My gosh, it's so expensive. I like this. It's a bit thin for armor, but
You have to have some thicker stuff, right?
oh, that's expensive too. For 20 bucks on Amazon, you can get like a big speed limit sign that's 1/8 inch aluminum.
Yeah.
How much is this? What?
$4.
That can't be right. But that's only $4. I'm buying it. Velcro. Check. We need a harness for the helmet still.
That is so light.
So flimsy.
The thing is, it's so thin.
Seriously. How can I even sell this as a hard hat? That's not safe.
This is definitely better.
Yeah, if we're gonna do it, we gotta use that. Alright, so we got this sign and the Velcro. I actually have a face shield at home that has a bit of a harness, so I'm thinking we're gonna have to use that and modify it a bit with like something else. Basically, I have all the stuff I need to figure that out at home. The only place left is the Land of Enchantment, which is Walmart. Don't try to scare me. Literally, the power just went out in Walmart. Never seen that happen before. Nope. Oh my god. That is good. Well, now we know what it's like at Walmart when the power goes out. We didn't even get anything in Walmart either. All the registers were shut down, so we just left. You wave every time I point the camera at you.
Yep. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to say or do, okay?
Just act normal. I have a zip-up hoodie at home we're gonna use instead of buying one here. That's why we didn't buy anything here. Yeah. Alright, let's get the rest of the stuff we need. Let's find my hoodie. Where is it? Nope. Where'd it go? Honestly don't know where it is. I'll have to find that. Okay, Alright, let's find the vest. No. No. Found it. And yoga mat. Use that. And sweatshirt thing. Alright, so the way this suit's going to work is we have the base layer, which is just going to be some pants. I have some black pants that look just like this. They'll work fine as pants. Upper bit, I've got my zip-up sweatshirt deal that I'll put on even though it's 90 degrees. Should really have sunshine do this. No, thank you, I'm good. Be quiet. I can tell you to do whatever I want. It's a pretty thick hoodie, so it got some good padding, which is what we need for this. All of our upper body armor hooked up to this vest, because that's the simplest way to connect it all together. I think I'm pretty smart for thinking of that. Was it my idea or Joshua's? Had sunshine, testing some spray paint on a few of these parts, because we're going to want them a different color to make them look better. Like the boots here, which are tan, but as you can see, if we test it with spray paint, flat black spray paint, it starts looking like really cool and burnt old almost. Helmet, of course, we're gonna build out. We're gonna put armor plating around the sides, gonna have a face plate, armor on the back. We're gonna put a gas mask in the front, eyes, then we're gonna armor plate the front of the gas mask so it looks awesome, of course. And boom, we now have nasty old apocalypse boots. We haven't gone to the junkyard yet, so I'm a little bit limited with just the stuff I have here to do the SHIN armor, but it should be pretty simple. There's going to be a plate on the boot, on both of them. This one I'm going to make using that sign. This one, all I've got to build with right now, since we still have to go to the junkyard to get more parts, is some random piece of metal like this, a couple license plates, this piece, some of this, some of that. There's the other license plate. I have no clue how exactly it's gonna end up looking, but there you got the basic concept down. It still looks too pretty. Dust it with some black. After that's dry, we'll drop it on the ground on the rocks and jump on it. Now, to be able to attach anything to the front of this, we're gonna have to get inside it, obviously. So we'll pull this back and we can see that there's a layer of foam in there. Well, we're just gonna take our knife and cut some of that foam out. Aha, there we go. Take a bolt, stick it up through the grommet, washer, nut, tighten. Should I paint them? I don't know. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit the sign in place where we want it to be and kind of figure out where we need to cut it. I'm thinking we're not gonna want to come any lower than there. And let's test the ankle range of motion here. Yep, see, I can bend it all the way if it's just right there. Let's see. Right there. Look at how smart I am. I'll make the mark on the back so I don't have to repaint the thing. So for where we're gonna bend it, I'm gonna take my marker, take a mark, there, there. Also remember, you're gonna have padding underneath, so don't make it too tight. You got it all set up for the angle grinder, then realized it was thin enough, I can just cut it with these metal shears. I wish it was thicker, but we're making do until we can get to the junkyard and get some like street signs or something. Go ahead and trim a bit off these corners here. To bend the armor down to shape, obviously it's too large to stick in the vise, so what you can do is take some of this angle steel, run a couple pieces of it out next to your vise, and then you basically can extend your vise jaws however long you need them to be. Now for the plate that goes over the top of the boot, I'm gonna use the cutoff, half of the cutoff from the other piece. That's perfect. Sweet. Alright, as you can see, got it attached now. Added a metal piece on top of that. Just extra detail. You can pretty much see how that works. Now onto the straps to actually connect it around the leg. Padding now for inside here is just a yoga mat, which is perfect padding for this. It's just the right kind of density and everything. And we're going to attempt to hot glue it in there. Now I'm thinking it's looking a little bit boring, and I detest boring. So I'm gonna add a couple more plates up top just to give it some more stuff to look at. Now what we're gonna do is attach this knee pad underneath at the same time with this bolt, because then we can kill two birds with one stone, you know? There we go. Get the washer on there. Boom. Now, I am just using aluminum rivets, so they're weaker than steel, but let's be honest here. If you get hit hard enough to break an aluminum rivet, you get hit by a train or something, so that's not really an issue, y'all. Alright boys, we're done with the right leg, so now we're on to the wrong leg. The main pieces are going to be these two license plates. First thing to do is affix them together. Like so. They already have the holes drilled for us. How nice is that? Suppose I got a little bit carried away there, but I got it pretty sick, so it's all good. Before we attach any of that though, this knee pad looks a bit too new. Obviously this is an apocalypse, like zombie fighting suit, so it needs to look old and nasty and beat up and all that, and it just looks too nice and black. So let's take some different colors of spray paint and see if we can fix it. This is like a green. Get a little closer on a couple of the corners to bring out the rust bits. Oh yeah. See how now instead of looking clean and black, it looks dirty and black? The next thing to do is take it out to the driveway like I did earlier and scrape it around in the rocks, which will give you something like this. All's left now to finish it up is putting the yoga mat inside. Now last time I tried to put it all in as one piece, and that was kind of a disaster. I mean, it did work, but it was very difficult. Like, get it in there and push it down before the hot glue dried too much, and then it was just difficult. So I'm gonna be smart this time and put it down in 3 pieces, cut for the 3 main sections. 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece. before we finish out this video, there are a couple things I do need to say about these. One is that these straps for the knee pads are, of course, just elastic. I am probably at some point going to replace those with actual straps, like rivet them with Velcro or buckles or something in place of those, because they actually don't offer any support pretty much at all. Secondly, this plate that hangs on to your foot just kind of hangs right now. It really needs something to hold it down to the boot so it isn't flopping around as you walk. Later on, I'm definitely going to fix that and attach it in some way. Anyway, guys, that is about all for this episode of JakeMakes. Thank you so much for watching till the end. You are awesome! Now, this is an ongoing series, of course. There's going to be a number of videos on this suit of armor and the weapons we're gonna make to go with it. It's gonna be really amazing, super awesome, obviously. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more videos to come. Go now, get off your behind, get off your whatever you're doing, your computer, your phone, whatever you're watching this on, and go out and be creative. Now. See you next time.